So, hi everyone, welcome to today's practice. We are going to do a nice, shorter recovery practice. And these practices are really so important to do, especially if you might have overdone it in your body and maybe too much work, too much yard work, biking this week. Definitely for me, this practice is inspired by the fact that I did too much and my quads were so tight and painful. So these types of practices are great because they do refresh the muscles, they re energize, they get the lactic acids flowing through the body in those areas that are holding back tension. And what this does is it helps you to get back out there the next day to be strong again so you can do it all over again. So I do have a block today, and that's just to get a little bit deeper into some lunges, particularly if you're tight in your hips. We'll be focusing on the hips, we'll be focusing on the backs of the legs, mobility, stability, and then also opening of the shoulders a bit. So really just a great all over recovery practice. So we will start seated. So you can sit on a block if you like. I'll just do that as an example. And we just sit and breathe to settle in here to begin. So it's really hot here where I am, which is nice to assist with the loosening up the muscles. So I thought this would be a great time to do this practice. So just a few breaths here to really unwind the tension you may be holding, not only physically but mentally. That is a huge part of recovery as well, is our mental release. Sit up nice and tall, really feel the sit bones underneath you, and let the belly expand with the inhale. And as we exhale, we just fully release the air. Just get out all the air. You might even want to take a few big exhales out the mouth. Okay, we'll do one more round. Just nice deep inhale. And a big exhale. Okay. Just have a soft gaze in front of you. You can remove the block underneath you if you're ready for that, and just have that nearby. But just allow the arms to drape by your side to begin. Then inhale, really reach the arms up overhead. You can bring the palms together, bring the hands to heart center. Okay, and right here, can you create an intention for your practice? Maybe it is just to settle in, release. One more of those. Inhale, reaching up, palms together, bring the hands to heart center. Okay. Take a twist then to your right. So just a simple twist. You can place your left hand on top of the right knee. Sit up really tall, lengthen the spine, and draw the right shoulder back to open. And we'll take that twist to the opposite side. Again, inhale as you sit up nice and tall. Okay, and then turn back to center. Reach the arms back up overhead. Interlace the hands. If it's comfortable for you, you can turn the palms upwards and really stretch through the arms, the shoulders. Start to take a side bend over to your right. Keep your sit bones nicely rooted down as you side bend. And then come over to the opposite side, and we'll flow like this just a few times, just loosening up the core. The core can hold a lot of tension and then restrict the movements that go throughout the body. So it's really good to just work with warming up the core muscles and releasing. Okay. Let's do one more each side. And then go ahead, bring your hands down along the side. Reach just your right leg out to the side and place then the opposite left foot to your inner right thigh. Okay, stay more towards the middle of your legs here. Then sit up tall, turn to the left towards your bent knee. Okay, we're going to be stretching the lower back, so our QLs, the QLs here, which can really be tight. they certainly are on my body. And we'll lean in towards the right. Okay, really sink it to that left hip. Okay, and then just lay your right arm along the length of the long leg. Then reach the left arm up and over the side of the head. Again, really settle in with every exhale, settle into that left hip meeting the mat. Take 1 or 2 more breaths here. Inhale, use your breath, use your core. Come on up, then lean over towards that bent knee. A little side bend here. We'll just do one more, leaning then back over towards the extended right leg. And one more time over to your left. And then switching legs. So left leg extends, right foot comes into the inner groin area. Then inhale, sit up tall, turn to the right toward your bent knee. Okay. And then start to lean back. Good. You can place your left arm along the length of the long leg, and then right arm goes up and over for just that nice side bend. Inhale, stretch long through the fingertips. Exhale, right into that right hip as it melts into your mat. Come on up and then over, just a little side bend to your right and over to your left. Sort of flowy, wavy motion here. One more time each side. Coming to the left and to the right. And come back to center. Okay, turn onto your hands and knees for tabletop. And we'll come right into a downward facing dog. So curl your toes, lift your hips, keep your knees nicely bent just to start. And start to pedal your heels, alternating, straightening one leg, extending the other. We're just going to ease, really ease into the backs of the legs. Good. With each exhale, really melt the chest back towards the thighs. Arms are strong and long. And now start to melt your heels into more of a still downward facing dog. Good. Hips are really lifting up and back. That lift comes right from the hip flexors from your low belly. Okay. Now bend the knees, look to your hands, and step with long legs up to your hands. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, lift for just halfway, half lift. Hands can go on shins here. And then exhale, forward fold. We'll do one more. Inhale, lift just halfway. Exhale, fold. Really release as you fold in. Good. Root into both feet. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Then bring hands through to heart center. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Step it back to a high plank. You can also come onto your knees for a knee plank. That's just fine. We'll hold here for 5 breaths. So just a little core activity here. It's really important when we can warm up the body with some strengthening. That just really can amplify how much release and stretching we can do. Then lower onto your belly all the way. Okay. Come onto your forearms. Shoulders are above your elbows here. This is Sphinx pose. It's just a nice way to open up the belly, the torso. So draw the shoulder heads back. We're opening the chest as well. Then lower yourself all the way to your mat and place your hands right next to the sides of the chest. Rooting to the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift for just a cobra. Good, really lay open the chest. Okay, shoulder heads are drawing back. Merging the shoulder blades into the back. Exhale, lower down. We'll do just one more of those. Inhale for cobra. Really emphasizing opening the chest. Exhale, lower down. Okay, curl your toes. Push up and back, downward facing dog. Okay, Inhale, reach the right leg and back. And then step as you need to, your right foot up between the hands. Ankle is right below the knee. Drop onto your left knee. Rise on up, Anjaneyasana or knee lunge. Curl the back toes. We're going to do some active release here. So placing the hands is right here on your thigh. So push into the ball of the back foot. We push, and as if we want to drag that knee forward, really activating that left thigh muscle. And then relax that. Just relax everything. Let the hips just drop a bit. One more of those. Active push into the ball of that left foot. Lift the heart up and forward. Stretch into your left thigh, and then release. Good. You could curl the back toes back under. And place your left hand on the mat, taking just a little twist. Push your right hand into that right knee as you lean back. Simple twist. If you'd like more of a shoulder opener on the right side, a half bind. Just wrapping that right hand behind the back. Okay, release down here, and if you can, grab your left foot with your right hand. You can also use a strap here. So creating a loop on the top of the left foot and then grabbing the strap or the belt. That's always a nice prop to use for these. So here, getting into that left quad. Okay, then release. Okay, straighten your torso out. Just look straight ahead. Straighten long into your right leg and forward fold. We call this just runner's lunge. Half split. Come back forward. Plant your hands. Take it back to downward facing dog. Okay. Take one inhale. Exhale. Melt the heels down to the mat. Inhale, reach the left leg and back. Step your left foot up between the hands. Find your low lunge here. Lower onto the right knee and rise up for Anjaneyasana. Okay, placing hands on that left thigh. This time back toes are curled. Push into the ball of that back right foot, and as if you want to drag that right knee forward, you're finding a lot of activity in your front right thigh, and then relax. Let that go. We'll do that one more time. So pushing to the ball of the foot, activate the thigh, and then relax. Good. Uncurl the back toes. Place your right hand down, coming into that twist. So left hand is on the left thigh. Just turn the torso to the left. A little push with your left hand under the right knee, and the right knee is resisting that hand. Okay, then maybe grab the right foot with your left hand, stretching into the quad. Loop the strap or belt if you need to. And then release. Good. We'll straighten the torso, looking right ahead, and then get long with your left leg. Forward fold into our runner stretch. Come back forward. Take it back to downward facing dog. Okay. We'll do one vinyasa here, which is inhale, come forward into plank, either from knees or full plank. Come all the way to your belly. Okay, tops of the feet will point. Inhale, lift for a cobra. Again, really open the heart. Shoulder blades merge onto the back. And come back to your downward facing dog. Reach the right leg up and back. Step your right foot up between the hands. Good. So here you can bring your hands onto a block just to bring the ground up, keeping the back knee lifted this time. And from here, straighten into the front leg and forward fold. Okay. Check out your hips. See if your right hip is wanting to creep forward, and then draw it back. That just levels the hips out. Come forward, low lunge, lift the heart forward, and exhale back to straightening and folding. One more time. Inhale, look ahead, Bend into the knee. Exhale, straighten and fold. Then come back forward. Bend your front knee. Rotate that left foot fully down. So I'm pinning the left heel onto the mat. And rise on up for warrior two. Have a heel to arch alignment in the feet. That just means we're standing on a single ski, an imaginary single ski. And just sink that right hip down. Okay, that right lunge, that right knee is really leading this movement. Reverse the warrior. Flip your right hand up. Reach the right arm up and over. Stretch through the right rib cage. And then come back on up. Place your forearm onto your right knee. And take your left arm up and over the side of the head. So I have this length from the left fingers all the way through the left side of the foot. Take an inhale, stretch, and reach your left fingers forward, and my left foot is pushing back. So opposite stretching. And then come on back up, warrior two, and wheel the hands down. We'll take it back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts and back. Step your left foot up between the hands. Take a moment here and just settle into the hips. Again, use your block underneath the hands if that's better for you. Okay, and then we'll begin to straighten to the left leg and forward fold. Again, manage the hips by just looking back. Draw that left hip back. Come forward, lift the heart, bend the knee. Exhale. Modified pyramid, we'll call this. Just straightening and folding. Inhale, look forward, lunge. Last time here. Straighten and fold. Come back forward into your lunge. Pivot the right foot down and back. Heel to arch alignment in the feet. Rise up, warrior two. Again, my left knee is really leading this. And reverse the warrior. Left arm up and back. You can lunge a little bit deeper if you like into that front leg. And then come on up, warrior two. Arm to the left knee, and the right arm goes up and over the side of the head. So again, right fingertips are really reaching up and over, and then we're having this opposite pull against each other from my right foot outside edge to the right fingertips. And just feel that stretch. Rise back up, warrior two. Wheel the hands down, downward facing dog. Okay, you could stay right here or vinyasa with me. So inhale, forward plank. Come all the way to your mat. Hands next to the sides of the chest. Toes are pointed. Inhale, just lift the chest. And again, I'm really drawing shoulder heads back, opening chest. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Like I said, we're getting into the hips a lot because that can be where a lot of work gets done and tension is held. So reach the right leg up and back. Step your right foot up between the hands. Lower onto the left knee and reach the arms up above the head. Interlace the hands this time behind the back for more opening of the chest. So squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. So we squeeze the shoulder blades, but then let the shoulders sort of melt down. Okay, reach the arms up overhead. Side bend to your right. So grab hold of your left wrist. Side bend to the right. Rise on up. We'll do one more of that twisted quad opener. So again, use the block if you like to bring the ground up. Left hand will go down either to mat or block. Reach the right hand for the top of that left foot. Turn and twist the torso to your right. So we're almost laying it back a little bit here. Okay. Then keep your foot in your hand, turn your right shoulder and dip it towards the right knee. So we're looking down. And then open up and twist. We'll flow just like this. So come forward, right shoulder towards the knee, and then open up just one more time. Can you draw your left heel closer to your seat, your glute? Okay, and then release. Okay, take it back, downward facing dog. Okay, switching sides, left leg lifts. Step your left foot up, lower onto the right knee, reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Okay. Take a side bend now to your left. So grab hold of the right wrist and side bend to your left. Come on up, interlace your hands here behind the back. Yeah, really, you can even lift your chin, lean back if you'd like more, and then rise back up, or just stand more upright. Then place your right hand on the mat, coming into our twisted monkey or twisted quad stretch. So reaching that left hand back for the right foot and then turning my chest to the left. And then dip your left shoulder towards your left knee as you turn straight forward. Open up and twist. And then shoulder to the knee. Open, twist, hold and pause here. See if you can get the right heel closer to your glute. Good. And then release. Perfect. Take it back. Downward facing dog. Okay, this is our last vinyasa. Inhale, forward plank. Chaturanga all the way to the belly. Inhale, lift for Bhujangasana, Cobra. And then just come up to the knees. Sink your hips into a child's pose. Okay, rest your forehead just on your mat. And relax. You can drape your arms backwards behind you and let your shoulder heads just melt forward down towards the mat. And breathe. Just a couple breaths here. And then slowly make your way onto your seats and moving into we'll call it Baddha Konasana. Cobbler's pose. We'll bring our feet together. You could scooch up a little bit if that feels okay. You could sit on a block here if that's better. And sit up nice and tall. And then lean forward just a bit. So we lean forward, leading with our sternum. We want this nice long spine rather than rounding into the back. Then we pause where it naturally pauses and you feel that you're not able to go much further. And then relax your shoulders, your head. Just breathe here, a couple breaths. Should feel pretty good. Okay, rise on up. And make your way onto your back just for a few, we'll call them supine poses. Getting into the legs. I'm going to turn this way because the sun is really hot in my face. Good. And just extend both legs out to start here. Take hold of your right knee. Squeeze it in. And then extend your right leg up. You can interlace your hands right behind your right thigh or hamstring and push your heel up towards the sky. Bend back into that right knee and turn to your left, or bring the knee to your left. So I'm stretching. You can roll right onto your left hip. Reach the right arm out. Stretching into the right outer hip here. Then come on back up. Bend your left knee and just place your right ankle over your left knee for a supine pigeon. So you can really open up that outer right hip here by hugging in the left leg. And again, you can either go behind the thigh or in front of the knee. That's just a little bit deeper. Okay. And then here, you can cradle the leg. So some of you might want your left foot bent or on the mat, knee bent, and then you can wrap and cradle your leg like this. Or if you can lift the chest up, take and hook the left elbow around the right foot and then wrap that right arm around the right knee. Interlace the hands. You can, again, this lifting the chest is probably what you'll have to do for this. You can extend long. It just intensifies the stretch more with the left leg longer. And so you can rock side to side a couple of breaths. Again, you might not be here at all. You might just be laying on your back and you could just turn your shin inwards and just hold the leg. Just to your capacity. We always just do what is available for you in your body. Okay, and then release. We're going to switch sides. So extend the left leg long, interlace the hands. If you can get your hands to reach upward farther up the leg, that's great too. And then bending that left knee in, hug it in just a bit. Take that left knee over to the right. Left arm goes long. You can gaze to the left. Getting into the outer hip. And then come on back to center. Cross the left ankle, then over the right knee. We have this supine pigeon here. Take hold. Lift up the right leg. Stretch. We have this outward rotation of the left knee for this. Okay. And then release the right foot down. We'll cradle now the leg. And again, just what's available for you. And you might have a left side, right side difference. For sure, we all do. Maybe extend the right leg long. You can wrap your right elbow into the left foot, and then the left arm hooks around the left knee. Lift the chest. You can rock side to side. This is a really deep stretch. And then release. Good. Shake it out a little bit. Reach the arms up overhead. Stretch long. Tuck both knees into your chest. Rock a few times up and down the spine. And make your way into seated. Cross your legs naturally. You could sit on a block here too if that just feels better. And we'll just end our practice just with just some really easy, lengthy breaths to settle back in. We just notice, sense, and feel within the body. Hopefully you have greater ease, less tightness. And I hope you enjoyed the practice. It is always my joy to teach. From my heart to yours, namaste.